Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Iron Bark podcast. I am your host, Epion, and today we're going to talk about, well, you probably already know what we're going to talk about just based off the title alone, which at the moment of recording this doesn't technically exist because I haven't typed that yet. But today, we're going to talk about 100 men versus one gorilla. Who would win and why? The answer is simple. I think I could beat a gorilla. 1v1, I think I could beat him. Like, there's so many variables in this equation. If people get weapons, if we're allowed to make tools and shit, I think we win. I think like a simple spear might even fuck them up in the right spot. Precision, boom, bam, it's over. You know, and obviously if we have modern weapons, guns, it's a wrap. Rap City right there. But let's try to give them the advantage. Let's just say, I don't know, maybe we're in like loincloth or underwear. Just their, our breeches. And they're full on nakes with their fur on. I think 100 men versus a gorilla, I think it's... I've listened to biologists weigh on it. So this is going to be kind of biased and dumb, but gorillas gas out super quick. They don't got a lot of sustaining power. They can burst. Some people are going to definitely die, probably get fucked up real bad. But then I think just people would overwhelm it. It would go to exhaustion. People would just be able to like hold it down at some point. It'd be really sad watching it, go. I wonder if it would like accept people as its like dominant counterpart at that point, because it's like, oh man, I just got held down by like 100 people. Fuck me. I wonder what it would be thinking in those moments. I saw some funny memes. People are like, oh, what if it was like Harambe's child? And then like there was like this kind of like, conflict in your mind. Like, oh, I can't fuck up Harambe's child. Like, I did this for Harambe. Remember that meme? Dicks out for Harambe. Anyway, I think I could probably win against like 100 gorillas. Like one man versus 100 gorillas. I think I could win. I truly do. I mean, it depends on some variables. Like, what's the terrain like? If I get to pick where we get to fight, I'm picking the ocean. They can't swim. They would drown within minutes. I'd just be floating like a snack in that little lake, river, ocean, whatever you want to call it. No sharks allowed, though. But I think I'd crush if we could do that. I think that's a pretty solid way to win. I don't know. I feel like I saw another reel where like another gorilla threw sand in the other gorilla's eye and the other gorilla was just like completely incapacitated. I think I might be able to fuck it up with some pocket sand. I'll just put sand in my pockets, just launch it at its face, continuously blind it, and then get some really super effective vital shots. And at that point, if I had a knife, it'd be game. I'd win. Anyway, I'm talking about this because this has been, I've been going on for 3.5 minutes and I haven't even told you why. So this has been like a viral tweet or viral post on X, and I'll give you some background on it. So, the internet has been buzzing with a popular debate. How many men would it take to defeat a silverback gorilla in a fight? Dubbed the 100 men versus a gorilla debate. It has sparked a sea of memes, heated arguments, and even expert commentary. It all started after an ex-user by the name Dream Chasin' Mike posted a question on April 24th, 2025. And it uses a bit more colorful language, but it's pretty much the same premise. And I looked this guy up, and I can't believe I didn't see this come across my feed. But 292 million people have seen it. 200,000 and 234,000 likes, 44,000 reposts, 9.4 thousand comments. I don't know what his follower count was before this, but it's still only 22,000, 22.4 thousand. I feel like if you have like 300 million people see your post, You should probably have a lot more likes than that. In fact, plenty more. It's interesting. It's interesting indeed. But I think I'd win. I'd just fight them in the ocean. That'd be a game. Game, set, and match. They can't swim. That's a key feature, I think. I don't know. I feel like that's not even cheap. It's like, pick the playground. Like, am I going to fight them in the jungle? Why the fuck would I do that? I'm going to fight them in the ocean. Anyway, folks, I thought I could carry a podcast for an entire hour just on that stuff alone. Clearly I cannot. Clearly I have nothing more to talk about, and I'm at loss. So what I am going to do is I am going to talk about my weekend, because my weekend was full of adventure and perils and excitement, and I have plenty of new content coming for you guys to enjoy that involves wildlife videos and footage, some nice pictures that I took, and I guess a little bit of like story sharing and stuff like that. Let's kick it on back to the X platform right now, and let's see what I've posted so far. We're going to talk about last week. Last Wednesday? I can't remember. I can't really remember. 30th. No, so I wouldn't have posted a podcast. All right, so we're going to talk about, I found a big herd of bighorn sheep, males, the rams, big boys with the big old curly, what are they called? Horns. And they're awesome. So they like go into separate groups based off male and female because they have different nutritional requirements to kind of help sustain their immune systems and that kind of sort of stuff, and help grow their horns. So they separate, and when you find a herd of big boys, it's kind of exciting because people like to hunt them, and yeah, they kind of stay away from people because of that. So today I posted a short story. Bugs eat tree. Tree begins to decay. Bear smells decay and bugs. Bear tears off bark. Bear eats bugs. And it's basically just a tree. And it shows you kind of like the cool intricacies of like how the bugs like eat into the tree and in the bark, and they create like little mazes and stuff like that. And I got some little cocoons where it looks like the bugs burst out of them. But it's kind of sad because some of these bugs are responsible for a lot of the forest dying. Yeah, I don't know if this tree particularly has it, but there is a beetle out there. It's like Dutch elm disease or something like that. It's a terrible beetle. It's just basically suffocates the trees to death. It gets into like their pores that absorb water. It's like a fungus. It spreads a fungus and then they die. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing. We don't know how to deal with it. We have no idea. We're trying to develop things. We don't know. I got some pretty fucking cool pictures. Beautiful pictures. Worth about 5 likes. Just worth about 5 likes. You can post the most beautiful shit on X. People will begrudgingly be like, yo, fuck that. Fuck that picture. That's better than anything I could ever make or post on here. I just talk about good mornings and pineapples on pizzas and like my shit. Begrudgingly. Just like people. Or those 56 views are all entirely bots and it doesn't matter. And I literally just don't get seen by anyone. Which is maybe the case, probably the case. I recorded some footage. Yeah, so in this picture here, this was posted 21 hours ago from the time I'm recording this, which you won't know because I have to go through an editing process. Anyway, it was yesterday. I'm going to have a really cool video where it starts out with basically this photo, and then I'm going to zoom into like the grass in the middle of that field, and you're going to see the deer close up. And I'm going to show another example of my badass camera. Oh, this is a really cool topic, and no one participated in this poll, so F you guys. But I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But does anyone else experience high place phenomena? So like for the longest time, myself, Epion, I thought the feeling I was experiencing while hiking near large cliff edges was called vertigo. Upon further research, I now realize vertigo is actually a feeling of dizziness and confusion, which is not what I experience while hiking and never have. What I actually experience is something called high place phenomena. And what high place phenomena is is it basically your body reacting to a visual stimulus. In this case, it's something you perceive as certain death, close proximity to certain death. For me, I don't get it just being in high places that are like very steep. It has to be like a completely vertical face. Like it actually has to be like, oh, I would die. I have no control over the survival rate of this fall. If it's like slanted a bit and it's just really steep and I feel like I could grab a tree or something, don't experience it. But when it's like certain death, I experience it. So what this is basically my body kind of forces me to step back, and there's kind of like a sensation in the mind, and you kind of want to lower your center of gravity and get somewhere safe. And I just look at it as like a high self-preservation instinct. And I see a lot of people like casually able to stand next to a cliffside and just look down it. And it's like, do they not have any forethought that like, you know, this stuff erodes and like degrades and just randomly falls off? And you can kind of see how it's like slowly trickling and falling over time. I'm like, how do you know that's just not going to give under your weight? You're the straw, and you're not even a straw. You're pretty heavy. You're a few hundred pounds maybe. That breaks that camel's back, and then you plunge to your certain death. I see people doing chin-ups off this shit. It's unfucking real. Anyway, I just thought like the reason people are able to do that, it must be because they do not experience high place phenomena, and they're just able to blow right by any of these self-preservation instincts. I don't know. Maybe it's just courageous or brave, and they're just able to push through it. I feel like if I needed to, I could. But there is no real need to do that, so I'd never do. Maybe if it was like, we'll give you $1 million. Maybe if there's some sort of motivation like that, but just doing it for the gram ain't enough. Let's see here. Oh, yes. May 2nd. Did you guys know this? Hey, today's May 2nd. Haha. No way. Who am I laughing with? I don't know. It's totally National Space Day. It was created to inspire us all in the pursuit of knowledge and progress. And I'll add discovery. Personally, I love space. I consider the celestial to be one of the aspects of enjoying nature and the outdoors. There is so much to enjoy while outdoors that involves the beauty of space. We all know about the aurora borealis, shooting stars, stargazing in general, the moon itself, and eclipses. And I love seeing everyone's posts involving this aspect of nature. Always beautiful and never disappointing. And I posted an aurora picture. You guys have seen it before. It's spectacular. It's wonderful. It's one of those beautiful things, but not a lot of likes. What was May 1st? May 1st was Save the Rhino Day. A reminder that there are only 2 northern white rhinos left in the entire world, and they are both female. Hopefully, we can preserve the species with biotechnology and cloning before they go extinct. There's no other way. That's the only way we're going to do it at this point. No males left. It's kind of sad. It's a charismatic megafauna. It's like one day we might think of the northern white rhino as a woolly mammoth, a thing of legend and myth that used to exist, but now it does not. Big sad, bigly sad. And that wraps up last week's content creation on X. I haven't even gotten to my weekend yet. My weekend was dope. Part of the reason why the podcast is a day late. But it was wonderful, spectacular. I'm just going to go through my camera reel here to just kind of wake up my memories as to what I did. So, Saturday, I just went for a casual river float. Just went on the river, blew up a tire, an inflatable tire, and sat in it. Had a relaxing day. The next day, the temperature plummets. This is what it's like visiting the mountains or living in the mountains, is that one day you can be plus, really hot, and the next day you can be really cold. So anyway, the next morning it was snowing. It was terrible. But it made for some really pretty pictures. I haven't posted those yet, but those will come. But then halfway through the day, it got warm again, and then all the snow was gone. Easy come, easy go. Started off with some, moderately easy little hikes. Some nice little snow glistening photography. Saw some cool things like spider webs covered in snow and ice drops. Saw some nice, what do they call those? Nook shooks. Saw some people make some of those. Took some pictures of those. Went by the river, walked the river. Oh, the river's running a little low, so I got to kind of look through the riverbed, find some lures, clear out any kind of junk and garbage that might be in there. Yeah, walk through basically what I would call a tree graveyard. I don't know if the pictures I got really capture the intensity of it. Did a lot of animal tracking, look for paws. Something I want to do is start creating casts of paw prints I find out in the wild. It gets a little bit difficult with the canines because sometimes it's like, is this dog? Is this coyote? Is this wolf? The paws can sometimes get a little tricky. What else do we got here? Lots of rocks, looking at lots of geological formations, lots of river action, lots of sightseeing. Got some pictures of some barnacles, which remind me of the worm from the labyrinth. Excellent. Lots of like woodpecker holes and stuff like that in trees because a lot of the tree graveyard had a lot of bug problems and obviously attract a lot of our friendly neighborhood woodpeckers. I ended up doing a small hike up to what we call hoodoos, which are like basically a geological formation that just look like yellow, beige-ish looking sand towers, but they're like kind of mountainy. You can kind of look it up, hoodoos. I think it's Hoodoo. And I went to the top of those where it's kind of like this virgin prairie oasis where it's like grassland field. But then all 360 around me is all ice-capped mountain peaks. It was like being in the Savage Land in X-Men, like this like oasis in the middle of Antarctica. It was like fucking cool. Came across some deer sheds, kind of neat, or just one deer shed actually. Yeah, and lots of bighorn sheep. I had a nice little interaction. A lot of birding, did some birding, spotting lots of like warblers. The warblers. Saw lots of deer as usual. Don't really make too much of a fuss about deer. Got some little bit of deer footage, as I said earlier. But the most exciting wildlife spotting that I had that day was with a couple of beavers. Found like this 3-part dam that's kind of like a downward trickling stream. It's almost like a staircase of beaver dams. Picture like a really long staircase and then like a beaver dam, and then it's like a lower grade, and then it's like it's another kind of like pool, and then there's a beaver dam, and then below that is like a lower grade pool and another beaver dam. It's kind of cool. It's like a triple decker beaver dam. Buy the new triple decker beaver dam. Only $8.99 at Walmart. I don't know. These beavers, they were chill as fuck. Usually beavers are sort of apprehensive. They're like, oh shit, there's someone. They dive under, predator, bam, boom, gone. This one kind of like floated around, playful, sort of like an otter. Didn't interact, but kind of came. See, with beavers, they can be super aggressive. They'll attack your dogs and stuff like that. They'll start smashing their tail off the water. This one, no signs of aggression. Kind of made me think possibly maybe people sometimes feed this beaver, but it didn't really approach for food. It didn't approach for food at all, actually. But it was in its pond, and I was kind of up on the bank, and he came like close enough to kind of like see what was going on with me. And he's just eating his little stick in his mouth. I got a great video of it. I'll end up posting that probably for Wildlife Wednesday this week. A lot of great stuff. It was just like, I don't know, it was just like a very touching moment to just kind of experience seeing that beaver like swim around and just kind of be like at harmony with people and wildlife and nature. It was touching. It was very touching. There was 2 beavers there. They were beautiful beavers. They had buck teeth, nice, wet, water-resistant fur. They had very flat, leathery tails, like a giant rat's tail, but like it got squished like a pancake to make it more aqua dynamic when it swims. They also got big fucking claws. A lot of people don't realize that. Those guys chop down trees. It was nice to see that a lot of people beat me to the Earth Day and lots of bags of garbage on the sides of the highways. People are doing their part. Love to see that. I think that's basically a wrap. That's a wrap, folks. That's my day. Those are my days. Those are my days. Those are the dog days of spring, son. I got a 20-minute. You got a 20-minute out of me. Can you believe that? Am I putting out content? This is episode 88. Holy fuck. We're on episode 88. I was thinking like, I still have 20 more episodes left. No. 12 left until Epionisode 100. 100 is supposed to be a big deal. It's supposed to be like a benchmark, but I can't feel like it's going to be any different than what we're doing right now, folks. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. You now know that I believe I can beat a gorilla in a 1v1. But I think, if I'm being honest, I'm more likely to become friends with the gorilla. And then I think you guys would all have a real problem on your hands when I'm walking around town with my gorilla bro. Because ain't nobody going to stop me then. Nobody. Not even, I don't know, crocodile? Lion? What would win, 100 lions? Or 100 men? One lion versus 100 men. I could do it. I believe in me. And you should believe in yourself too. We all fight a gorilla, metaphorically speaking, Mr. Ribkiss. If you caught that reference, you're a real one. See you later. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, see you later, asshole. Keep on walking. That's what I thought. See you later. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Cheerio. Ta-ta for now. Au revoir.